Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will talk about your daily schedule if you are a working professional. What kind of timetable you can utilize if you are working for a 9 to 6 job, then how to utilize your mornings, afternoons, evenings and night so that you attain the maximum productivity. Because everyone has limited time, everyone has 24 hours in a day. It's up to you how you utilize those 24 hours to get the maximum output, right? So we will bifurcate, we will try to understand how much you have to study or how many hours you should dedicate each and every day to study your courses, right? So let's get started. First of all, you should see at which level you are in each of the technology. If you are aiming for data analyst roles, so you can say that you would like to study about Excel, Power BI, SQL, Python. If you go advanced, you would like to understand machine learning, artificial intelligence. There are so many things, right? To start with, I'm taking only four technologies. One is Excel, then second is Power BI, then SQL and Python. So just check your levels. Where are you right now? For example, in Excel, are you a beginner? Are you intermediate or advanced? Right. If you would like to understand how to know if you are a beginner or intermediate or advanced, I created the video on the same. The link would be there. The previous video that you can watch. Also, now once you understand what is your level, for example, let's say there is a person Ram Kapoor, his level is he is intermediate in Excel, he is a beginner in Power BI, he is a beginner in SQL, he is a beginner in Python. That means overall he is a beginner. He just started studying data analytics profiles and he would like to pursue data analysis, right? So maybe he is a beginner, he wants to enter into data analytics profiles, right? So for beginners I have created some separate schedule, for intermediate I have created different schedule, for advanced level or experienced professionals I have created a different schedule. So let's see what is the schedule. For that, you would like to see what all is covered in each and every level. So for example, in beginner level, you should focus on theory. If you are a beginner, focus on theory for 1 month. Don't jump into the projects. Everyone is jumping into projects, so you should also no. Just focus on theory. Just improve your basics. Once the foundation is laid, you can go to any level, right? So it is important to understand the basics. If you're studying Excel, so you should know how Excel works. If you're studying Power BI, know the basics. What is the purpose of Power BI, how Power BI is different from Excel. Then if you jump into SQL, you should know the purpose of SQL. So all those things plus syntax, right? Then read technology articles, all the technical articles. If you read, you will get to know what is happening in the world. For example, if you learn technology A today and it becomes obsolete tomorrow, then what is the purpose of reading, right? So first of all, understand what is trending and what will stay for some time at least, and then pick that technology. Talk to data enthusiasts or mentors. They will guide you to go ahead, right? So it's not like you are just studying and studying and studying. Study smartly, right? Talk to more people, understand from their journey what kind of problems they have faced and learn from those problems. It is very important to find a mentor. If you find a mentor in your early days, that will help you a lot. At least 2 to 3 years will be saved for you. Remember these words. If you find a mentor when you are 22, 23, 25, or maybe 30, you will save a lot of time. Alright, then if you are intermediate, then your focus should be 40% on theory and 60% on projects. So with intermediate level, I believe you have some basics, right? And then you know what all things are, and now you have to implement in your practical world. So 40% theory time is sufficient, and then spend more of the time in projects. So that is practical skill set. Focus on group discussions, keeping yourself upskilled. If you know, for example, Excel, upskill yourself and learn Power BI or Tableau. then solve case studies. There are so many domain, for example FMCG is there, then retail or banking sector. So see what kind of case studies they get. There are so many websites. If you want, I can comment and share across with you all those kind of case studies. Just understand the problem statement, how the approach is being taken care of, and then what is the outcome of it, right? And if you are an experienced guy, if you have experience of more than 4 to 5 years and you have a basics layout, everything is there, and now you should focus not more than 20% on theory. So whenever you're working on some project, you find something which you don't know, then focus on theory. Otherwise your majority of time should work on or should be devoted to projects. Creating your own projects, it is important. Once you have your own portfolio, it gives a very positive impact to the recruiter. So you can create your own portfolio website, or you can use GitHub, or there are so many platforms where you can showcase your projects. Keep learning the new technologies. Once you are at that stage, that feel where you feel that you know SQL, you know Python, you know Power BI, you know Excel, you have to upskill yourself. You have to learn again and again. There is no end, because there are so many things. No one is expert, right? So you have to see what is important. You have to learn again and again, right? So now I will talk about the schedule. Now, as you can see, there are three levels: beginner, intermediate, and experienced. So first of all, we'll talk about beginner level. If you are new to data analytics and if you don't know anything, then you should follow this kind of schedule if you're working somewhere. Right. So first of all, your day should start with some workout. I'm not talking about working out in a gym or something. You can work out at home as well. You can do some exercise, you can run, you can walk, or you can do yoga, whatever it is. Some physical activity should be there. If you feel you can't devote 1 hour to workout, you can do for 30 minutes, or let's say 20-25 minutes at least in the morning. This should be your first thing, right? So first of all, we'll talk about weekdays. Weekdays will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? If your Saturday is working, then you can count it as a weekday schedule, right? So once you are done with your workout, you can have your breakfast and you can have a conversation with your family, friends, whatever you want to do. Then you get ready and then start your office work. So from 9 to 6 you are working. You might be going to office as well. So after 6 p.m., so I've taken 6 to 8 p.m. as a buffer, where you're coming back from office, you're having your dinner, you are having some conversations with your family and all. So that is for 2 hours. Once 8 p.m. is there, you will start your studies. So from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So for 2 hours you have to study something, some concepts. For example, you say that I have to start with SQL. So what you will do is you will start with the basics of SQL. What is SQL? What is the purpose of SQL? What kind of syntax, what kind of statements are there, and how to approach that. So you will start developing those kind of skills, right? And after 10 p.m. you can watch some videos on SQL or whatever you studied here from 8 to 10 p.m., right? You can watch the videos, you can understand the trends as well. So this is how you should work out in a day, right? So once your time is done, you can have a good sleep for at least 7 to 8 hours, right? So once that is done, your day is complete. Coming to weekend, same, you will start with your workout or some physical activity, and then this is a very important time frame. From 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for 3 hours you have to study something, and this should be very important, because this is the best time to study, from 10 a.m. to 11 to 1 p.m. and you should not be disturbed from anything. Whatever you're studying, just write it down or make some notes so that you can refer them later on as well. Otherwise you'll forget things. And my suggestion would be, stick to one tool at a time. You should not study Power BI, SQL, Python, everything at one go. If you're a beginner, start with one thing, stick to one particular tool or concept, learn it till the end and then go to the next thing, right? Then again there is a buffer of for your lunch and all other things. You can take some rest as well. From 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. again for 2 hours you have to study, and this is not practical project, this is just a theory. Because you are a beginner, you should not jump to project directly. First understand the basics, first know the theory. Again there is a buffer, and then at 9 p.m. there is a group discussion part where you can have some group discussion with your friends, and you can read some books on technology so that you understand what is happening in the world, what has happened before, how the technology is evolving. Read some content so you understand what is this space, and you will also get some interest in some other topic, then you can study that as well. And then from 10 p.m. to 11 for 1 hour you can study again some theory, right? So this is how you should approach. So if I see on a weekday you're studying for 2 plus 1 3 hours, right? And on weekend you're working studying for 3 plus 2 plus 1, that is 6, and 1 7. So total 3 plus 7 10 hours you are studying, right? If I talk about weekday plus weekend 2 days, right? If I talk about a week, so let's say 5 working days, that would be 15 plus 14, so 29 hours you are studying in a week, right? So this is fine. I mean, if you are utilizing your time, so that is the most important thing. If you have less time, you should devote that particular time to your studies. Also, if you are really interested, as I said, you should avoid Netflix, you should avoid the OTT platforms. Those are the time killers, and those kind of videos won't help you anywhere, right? So once you are established and once you're done with your things, then you might consider watching some videos and all, but for now you should focus on your studies. Now if I talk about intermediate skill set, so you know what is data, you know Excel basics of maybe Power BI, and you know this kind of landscape, but you don't know the advanced skill set. So if you are in this particular position, then my suggestion would be to start with this particular schedule. So again, same workout or yoga or some physical activity to start with in the morning, and then if you have a office from 9 to 6, and then there is a gap, right? Now here from 8 to 10 p.m., similar to the beginner level, work on your theory or upskilling yourself. Maybe on alternate days you can study, and then on one day you can study or work on practical aspects. So it depends up to you what kind of level you have reached, right? From 10 to 11 it is important to read, focus on reading, because as I said in my earlier video, it is very important for you to have communication skills. You should have good team playing skills, right? It is not only about technology. Even if you know Power BI, if you know it pretty well, you will land up to a job of 5 lakhs or 7 lakhs maybe. But if you know good communication, if you can communicate with the leaders, you can get up to 15 or 20 lakhs per annum. So communication makes a huge difference, right? So if I talk about weekend, similarly you will start with the workout, then there is a break for breakfast or having good communication or having like good time with your family. And then from 10 to 11, or let's say 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., 3 hours, this is purely project, no theory. So you should stick with one particular project and try to do or work out on that project, take out case studies or anything, right? So this is a very important time for 3 hours. Then take a break for lunch, and if you want to take some rest, then you can. And then again from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. you can continue with your existing project, or you can start with the new project. So the weekends are purely for the practical perspective, right? It is very important for you to work out on the practical aspects, right? Side by side you can study the theory. If you know one particular technology and you don't know anything about another technology, then you can learn technology, and side by side you can do practical projects on another technology. So it is up to you what kind of skill sets you want to add on, right? From 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. you should have good group discussions with your friends, with your colleagues, maybe read and whatever is the pending theory. So this is important element in your lifestyle, your habit, because this will help you to communicate better, right? And then finally from 10 p.m. to 11, it is about data theory. So if you have basic knowledge, you want to upskill that, just focus on theory part, right? If I see how many hours are you studying, here you're studying for 4 hours, or let's say 3 hours, from 8 to 10 and 10 to 11, so 3 hours on a weekday. On weekend, 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1 plus 1 is 7. Again, 3 plus 7, same as beginner, right? So it is not about number of hours that you increase or decrease from beginner to intermediate level. It is about what you are working on. As a beginner, you are majorly focusing on theory. As a intermediate level, you are focusing majorly on the projects. Right. If you are an experienced guy, if you have experience of let's say 4 or 5 years, and you know the foundation of data analytics, data engineering, then how to proceed, how much time do you should spend, right? Again, it should start with your workout or yoga or physical activity. Then you have office from 9 to 6. Then there is a gap of 6, from 6 to 8 for transportation, for your dinner, for other stuff. From 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. you should work on your projects. Even if it is a weekday or a weekend, for you the projects are important. Start building your portfolio, use it and apply, and like you can post on GitHub or you can have your own website. It is very important for you to like make your own brand, right? From 10 p.m. to 11, for 1 hour you should focus on reading. Even if you are an experienced guy, and if you have intermediate level of communication, you might not progress further. You might get 10 lakhs job, but you want to get 20 lakhs job or 30 lakhs job. So you should have a good communication skill. You should be able to convince the leaders. You should be able to communicate whatever is there inside you, right? So this is all about focusing on reading. If I talk about the weekends, then the major important, you can say the time is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. as similar to beginner and intermediate. This is the 3 hours job where you are just working on your theory or upscaling, right? Even if you're an experienced guy, there are so many things which you don't know. Just focus on that. Once that is done, so see, it is not hard and fast that you are studying for 3 hours. You can take it as 2 hours, and then 1 hour you can dedicate more to the projects. So it's up to you, it's up to the situation. Maybe one Sunday you're just studying 1 hour of theory and then majorly focusing on practice, right? Some days or some Sundays would be like focusing only on theory, no projects. So it depends sometime, but in general you should focus more on projects if you're an experienced guy. Right, so again from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., as I can see, this is 3 hours time frame. You should focus on projects. And then at night, again, there should be a group discussion with your friends to see what is happening, how to upskill yourself, having good conversations. So it is important. Alright guys, so let's summarize now. First is, you should understand your skill set level. Either you can be a beginner, you can be an intermediate, or you can be advanced level. Second is, stick to your schedule. Whatever schedule you follow for a weekday or a weekend, please stick to that particular schedule. Have discipline in your schedule. If you have schedule for 4 to 6 p.m., then stick to that, because it is very important to build the habits for the rest of the life. Third is, no Netflix or OTT for that matter of fact, because it is a time killer, it is a waste of time, it won't help you anywhere. Right now, your focus should be on studies, on upskilling yourself. If you want some change, you can go out with your friends or family, you can have some fun outside, but watching some movie is not what you should do, right? And finally, study smartly. There are so many people who study a lot, maybe 5 or 6 hours every day, but they don't achieve that kind of success because it is not about studies. It is about what kind of studies you are doing, because what is required in real time professional life, that is real cases, right? It is not about all the concepts that you know, it is about how you apply those kind of concepts. So study smartly. If you want some kind of tips from me, you can just comment below what kind of topics you want me to make the videos on. I'll definitely help you out. You can connect with me as well. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe this channel. If you like these kind of materials, please like this video and share it with your friends. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Thank you guys.